Finding investment properties right now seems impossible, right? One way that you can do this right now is called the BRRRR method. Buy, renovate, rent, refinance, and repeat. This does involve looking at distressed properties that need work, which most people don't want to fool with. I looked at a property that got hit by a tornado and I made an offer the same day. The key to this method is to have cash or access to cash, such as a line of credit, so that you can make cash offers and win the deal in today's hyper-competitive market. Then you can rehab it, rent it, and refinance it, and oftentimes pull out all of the money or even more money than you put into it. One key to getting a line of credit or financing, as well as getting the best interest rates on your properties, is to build and maintain great credit. Credit monitoring services are instrumental to see what's on your credit so that you can work on corrections and learn what you need to do to increase your credit score. You can always refinance after improving your credit score, which usually significantly increases your cash flow. For a limited time, IdentityGuard.com is now offering my subscribers a 33% discount on their services. I've been using them for over a decade to monitor my credit, and for a few days they're going to double that and offer my subscribers a 66% discount. After creating this YouTube channel, I called them to see what else they offered, since I'm telling the world how much real estate I own and how much rental income I receive. I upgraded to their Ultra plan. Not only does it monitor my credit, but it also monitors my identity. They search the dark web for things like my address, my phone number, my email addresses, my driver's license, passport, my credit card numbers, all those things, and when they find it, they actually delete it off the dark web. So if you don't have a credit and identity monitoring service, consider trying Identity Guard and taking advantage of this generous offer before it expires. This will also support this channel so we can continue to teach families how they can build passive incomes to provide for their family's lifestyle today and through retirement. See the link in the show notes below. So I finally finished my refi recently, and so I'm back to acquiring properties again. Let me say this, buying properties that need a lot of repair is not something I really like to do. I'm not that great at it either, but if that's what I got to do to get a property set up on autopilot so it makes money every day and while I sleep, then that's what I'm going to do. So I was recently going to see another property nearby, and I called my realtor and said, hey, this property is back on the market that got hit by a tornado. If we have time, can you see if we can go see this one also? This house is a lot larger than I like at 3,300 square feet. You basically have to pay for every square foot that you buy, but you don't get relatively more rent income for each square foot. So for that reason, I like a small 3.2 or 2.5 bath. So the latest price was $214,900, and at that price, it's only $65 a square foot. It doesn't look too bad from this picture, and they only had 2 pictures on the web. A couple of highlights are this includes an additional lot. You see it's sold as is, cash only, or conventional financing, which I find hard to believe after looking at this property. I say that because banks generally loan money on a house to people that want to live in it that's in move-in condition. Has been damaged by high winds and a fallen tree. Great opportunity for an investor, contractor, builder, etc. The appliances were all there and they were in great condition. 4 in the kitchen and the washer and dryer as well. Quartz and granite countertop. Now this is interesting. It says master level bedroom. And master on main is something that a lot of people like. And so even though the master bedroom is in fact on this kind of main level, when you get there you have to park down. It's really a 3-story house. There's a finished garage and then a main level and then an upstairs. When you pull in and go to the garage, it's very difficult and inconvenient to access the main level without walking up the stairs in the garage. You have to walk all the way down your driveway and up the road to walk down the sidewalk and in the house, which no one would want to do on a regular basis. Basement has separate living quarters. That's true, there was no kitchen down there. The all brick is nice. No power available until rehab is completed. There is a temporary pole on site. So I'm pretty sure this house would have to have an electrical inspection and possibly more inspections to get a certificate of occupancy so that you could actually live in the house again. And that's a little scary to me. This is beyond the scope of what I normally like to do. Cost estimates and engineers report available. They actually sent me that inside of the offer in their disclosure section. It was a voluminous, probably 80 or 100 page document. Here they call it an in-law suite. Really good lot size of 1.2 acres. I assume that's both lots combined. It does have a lot of slope to that lot, but the drainage appeared to be okay in my opinion. That's something I really look for now is drainage. I look at every property. If it rains, where's the water going to flow to and where is it going to sit? I've made that mistake a couple times. Built in year 2000. It's currently on a septic tank, but there's sewer available, so that's good. All the utilities are underground, which is nice. So you can see this property was just sold a couple of years ago in 2017 for $269,000, which was a bargain at today's values. And then they listed it in May of 2021. The tornadoes around here were about a year before this, a year and a month. But they listed it at $229,900. It went went under contract and then they listed it a time or two, and when they did that, they reduced it to $224 and $214. So when I was looking at this property, it needed a lot more than what I was hoping. But since I spent the time to go there, I wanted to put in an offer. I actually thought I could pull this one off. It would be a stretch, but if I were going to take this on, I would need this one to be a home run. If not an entire new roof, it would need at least half of a roof, including the decking on half of the roof. And then an entire vertical wall on the back of the house I think is completely gone. The deck needs some significant repair from the tree falling on it and the brick wall falling onto it. My guess is in order to assess the damage, they had to remove a lot of the sheetrock. I'd say at least half the house or more needs to be completely sheetrocked and then finished. And then you're talking painting and trim and those kind of things. I do think most of the floors, which were generally wood, could be refinished, so that would save you about half price on flooring. It also needs a dehumidifier in the basement to try to pull out some more of the moisture that's in the hardwoods in the basement area. It smells very moldy and musty down there. Another thing I like to have in my houses is a fenced-in backyard and a flat backyard. Materials and labor right now are very scarce and very expensive, so that's something I had to factor into my offer. So if you scroll down on the Redfin listing, it'll show you some comparative property values in the area of the property. And so for this one, I would use $149 a square foot. So here's some quick math on the property. $149 a square foot for this area times the 3282. That gives you the $489,000 after repaired value. If you paid listing price for this property, that'd be $215,000. The insurance repair estimate was between $200,000 and $222,000. That's over a year old now, and I guarantee that material and labor is more than that. I kind of think I could do it for half of that, but who knows. So the potential equity would be only $52,000 for this project. Again, I mentioned if I were going to do this deal, it would need to be a home run. I also think that if you're going to take the time and look at a property, if that property could work for you, you should make an offer on every one of them that you feel like you could handle. And remember, this house has been sitting for about a year and a half since the tornado. It fell through a time or two. The owners must be sick of this house. I was also submitting an offer on another property with this same realtor, so he had all of my info and we were working together anyway. So I submitted an offer for $100,000, all cash, no inspection contingencies, no termite contingencies, no financing contingencies, as is. I would even pay for the title policy, and I had him right in there. Buyer will close within a week or as soon as the title company's ready. I think I wrote a $10,000 earnest money. I basically wanted to make it very easy for the seller. He would know he would get his money quickly. I made the offer the same day. The next day, the seller's agent contacted my agent and said they accepted a better offer. We asked them if they'd like us to put in a backup offer in case this deal falls through, and he said he would call us. I'm very indifferent about this property. If they accept my offer, it's a home run. If they don't, I'll never think about it again. I currently have 2 backup offers on 2 other properties. My dad bought a house one time, making an offer on 20% of the listing price. You can't win if you don't play, right? So think about putting offers on everything you see. But be respectful to your realtor and don't waste their time. On a side note, another way to cash flow properties right now is to turn the house that you're currently living in into a rental property. Because you've got a 30-year fixed loan and an owner-occupied loan with a low interest rate, those two things are basically going to help you to most likely cash flow in your current house. And then you could simply repeat that and buy another house and move into it with those same terms, if not better than you have on your current loan. See my video on strategy for more on that. Let me know your hints and tips in the comments, as well as any questions. If you'll hit the subscribe button, I'll give Lily a piece of turkey. Thank you. Don't forget to leave a comment that says AirPods or Lily to register to win a pair of Apple AirPod Pros. Oh, and although I am a licensed CPA and have 3 business degrees, I'm just a guy on YouTube with my dog, so be sure to contact your professionals before making any investment decisions. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you next week.